नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल, वेलकम टू स्पॉटलाइट। स्पॉटलाइट में हम इंडियन ओरिजिन के कुछ ऐसे लोगों के साथ एक दिन बिताते हैं जिन्होंने ब्रिटेन में अपनी खास पहचान बनाई हो। आज स्पॉटलाइट है मिस्टर दिनेश धमीजा पर। छोटी सी ट्रैवल एजेंसी से शुरुआत की 1950 में मिस्टर धमीजा ने अपने कारोबार की। आज वो मिलियनेयर्स की गिनती में शामिल है। उनकी ebookers.com की नींव पड़ी 1996 में और 2005 में उसे उन्होंने 471 मिलियन पाउंड्स में बेच दिया। आज एजुकेशन, इको टूरिज्म और रियल एस्टेट को मैनेज करने वाली, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स मैनेज करने वाली कॉपर बीच ग्रुप के चेयरमैन है। आइए करते हैं मुलाकात मिस्टर धमीजा और उनके परिवार से।
Hello, Veena. How are you? Good to see you.
Sorry, this hand.
And you are?
Satish. That's my camera person. Satish.
Please come in.
Behind the camera. Thank you very much. Oh, how beautiful is that? Huh? बहुत सारे gods and gods. Are you ready early in the morning? Gym khatam?
Gym khatam.
Trainer. Trained you well?
No, took my life out of me. It's supposed to do good.
It is. We can see that.
No.
Beautiful. How amazing is that? Lots of Guruji bhi dikh rahe hain mujhe. And Dinesh ji, beautiful that Dinesh ji is. And these paintings. Huh?
This is done by my brother-in-law.
Who I guess is the present ambassador of Moscow.
He is present, but he's retiring soon.
Ah. So who's the religious one?
My wife.
And you are the
I'm the
pagan one?
less religious. I'm also religious. I'm also religious.
Yes.
Well, this one here. But we have sort of lots of Buddhas outside.
How
which you will see.
Brilliant. Thank you for letting us in your house. Wonderful as it looks. Mr. Dhamija, thank you so much for talking to us.
Pleasure.
तो सबसे पहले आप मुझे बताइए, मैंने पढ़ा आपकी वेबसाइट देखी, very impressive, I have to say. You began in 1980 and you were working at that time. In IBM. Moved to something that you had researched in travel, या फिर how did you calculate? क्या वो decision कैसे आपने किया?
I was earning £7,250 a year at IBM. The tax rate was 40%. National insurance payments were 10%. So 50% of my salary was going to the state. So I thought if I could start any business, that business would mean that I could expense certain expenses that I couldn't do otherwise as a salaried employee. And thus I could try and double my salary living with the same amount of money.
Did you have a deposit or some money that you started with, or it
No.
was a...
I had no money. What had happened was this chap whose daughter was running the travel agency said, I want £3,000 as key money. And I said, I have no money. And he said, okay, give me £1,500 after 1 month and £1,500 after 4 months. So in the first month, we made the £1,500 to pay.
Right.
And in the fourth month, we'd done that as well.
That was...
Luck.
Well, I don't know, luck, hard work.
Well,
what?
Once you say no, then they give you other offers.
So that was it.
But we never borrowed money from the banks at any stage. We didn't know how, because I'm sure that we had a lot of accountant friends and others, and you needed to have a trading record, you needed to have 3 years of trading, you needed to have a profit, you needed to have all these things. We nearly went bankrupt 2 or 3 times.
Really?
We tried to go for the Air India GSA, and we were told that we have to show sales. But to fight the existing GSA here, he was getting more commission than we were. So he was reducing the price of tickets to our net price. So we had to sell at our own net price,
Right.
which means we made no money. And we did so much of that that we nearly went bankrupt.
So how did e-bookers happen then? Because at the time.
Yeah. Well, flight bookers took place in 2 or 3 years after we started Dave Travel, which was the first.
So the Earl's Court happened then?
Earl's Court was Dave Travel. Then we had flight bookers, which was another office. Dave Travel was non-IATA, flight bookers was IATA. So we could issue our own tickets and that sort of thing.
तो आप e-bookers बता रहे थे पहले flight हुआ क्योंकि e-bookers was that at the time when there was no
it was flight bookers. I mean, e-bookers only started in 1999. The internet only started in 1999. I mean, we started in 96, but we incorporated e-bookers in 1999.
1999. By the time you had...
But that was 19 years after we started.
Right.
I mean, 1980 was the start.
When did you make your first million?
I think our first million must have been by about 1990, 91, something like that.
So that was in 10 years?
10 or 11 years.
Right. But जब आपने बिजनेस शुरू किया तब आपका कोई विजन था कि मुझे यहाँ पहुँचना है, मुझे ये करना है?
नहीं. Work, and at the end of the year, see what you got or lost.
So you wanted to improve your life.
Sure.
So you left the job, thinking कि value of life बढ़ेगी, and you started this business one step at a time.
That's the only way to go. If you start saying, Chabi, I'll do this and I'll do that, look, be in the present if you can. No point being in the future or the past, because you're not going to get anywhere.
So from Earl's Court to flight bookers to e-bookers.
Yes.
और e-bookers के बारे में जो आपने क्योंकि उस वक्त तो बहुत कम इंटरनेट. What gave you that?
I used to go to the United States a lot, and the internet was much more prevalent in the United States. At least 3-4 years before retail on the internet had started in the United States. So I go to Harvard every year, and for 1 week to do a course. It's usually topical. And this professor, William Salman, said to all of us, he said, ladies and gentlemen, the GDP of Zambia, Kuwait and New Zealand is equal to the market capitalization of Amazon, Yahoo and AOL. And to think that companies could reach the GDPs of countries was an amazing thing. So travel agencies or any other business you were running, if they could be internetized, they'd also get a higher valuation. So I came back here to try and internetize my travel agency. And succeeded in doing so. But I think that what we did was we went public on the NASDAQ, on the stock exchange. We were the first travel company to go public, a European travel agency to go public on the NASDAQ.
Did you not think कि भाई हो गया अब बैठते हैं हाथ?
But what do you do with the cash? You see, inflation is going to eat up the cash.
Right.
So you have to invest it in property, in private equity, in various things, hoping that you'll make more. Or, because you must make up to inflation at least to keep the same.
So that's what your aim is always?
Yeah, my aim is to try and make more.
Hard work and the luck would follow, do you think?
I think, yeah, something like that.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
And now, from this professional world, we'll go to this lovely world of yours, which I'm waiting to discover.
Go ahead.
So what is this room for?
This is my wife's room. And she, well, our room.
Morning room.
Morning room, because the light comes in from everywhere. This can be taken off. And thus all sides.
So when you did this house, what did you have in?
This was built. This was new. This whole thing was built. All the windows, of course, they were not Georgian. So everything. We spent a lot of money on this.
नहीं, घर बनाने के पीछे जैसे एक फोकस होता है कि हमें ऐसा घर बनाना है. What was your vision for the house that you wanted?
I think we didn't look at vision because there was a house already. We had to just improve it, or whatever we could. We couldn't totally improve it. But the great thing about this house is that the sun starts there and ends there, and you get the sun all day here, which of course is great for the UK, not so good for India.
Just for records, Mr. Dhamija is not a drinker, but he has the most exquisite.
So I've got lots of booze here that I keep collecting from duty free.
Yeah.
So I have some wine, and all the stuff down below is at least 25 years old. Some of it is 40 years old, as you can see that. And some wines through there. And etc. So why do I do this? This is for my friends.
This is for your friends.
Yeah, whenever they want to come, they should at least have a good booze experience in my house.
That was the exquisite cellar, as we can say, of Mr. Dhamija, who's a non-drinker. And now to his office, which is actually a mobile office, and from this space in his house, he would run everything and all his investments and all his offices everywhere in the world. And this is the space where...
This is where I spend a lot of time. That's my desk there. So my wife's decided to put her desk there.
To keep a watch on you still?
Totally. Totally. And when I say something wrong, she says you said something wrong.
And when you do something, it doesn't go right. You said, didn't I tell you so?
Quite right.
Told you so.
Totally right. How do you know these things?
Oh, well, I'm a wife.